Oh, doo-doo-doo. We're live. I like that. Did you that do that on
That
purpose?
is my notification that we are live.
Well, welcome. Good morning, Lisa. Welcome to your morning carload of real estate. I don't know.
Good
I
morning.
can't get it. I can't. We gotta have like ding, ding, ding. I need like a little tiny like keyboard.
Little piano? Little
Max
piano?
doesn't have one, but when he was a kid, he had one. It'd be fun to
He
do.
is still a kid.
Well, yeah, but like a baby, and they had like that little colorful xylophone from Fisher Price every baby has, and they always lose the
Yeah.
wand. And then they decided that they were going to add a rope to the wand, but it's too short. So then you end up cutting the wand, and then the wand is gone. There you go.
I didn't know that scenario, but thank you for sharing that. Good morning, everybody. We
I'm
are
on my bouncy ball.
your bouncy ball. I was just going to say, we are the Wickman Real Estate Group from Keller Williams in Minneapolis. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. Yes, I'm Jennifer Cotis, and you're Lisa Wickman. And today we are Radon Gas.
It's not a sexy topic, but it's an important topic.
Yeah, it's not that kind of gas, Lisa.
What?
I said it's not that kind of gas, Lisa. Radon can be sexy. It's radioactive. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, let's talk about what radon gas is.
Yes.
It is a gas that is present and it comes up from the soil, and it is the second leading cause of lung cancer.
Yes.
And it's preventable, but you have to do some testing. So it can be very high levels in your home. Mm-hmm. So when you're buying a house, it's very recommended to get a radon test done.
Right. So I'm going to get a little nerdier. So
you get nerdier because I know you're more of a nerd.
Inside the soil is all these different elements, right? And we all know that there are radioactive elements out there on the periodic table, correct? And one of them is uranium. And when uranium breaks down, it turns into several things: radium and radon gas. And radon gas is a radioactive gas, essentially. And it's odorless, it's colorless, you can't see it. And it's naturally occurring anywhere in the soil. And like your levels can be completely different than your neighbor's levels because it's all to do with the dirt underneath your specific plot, underneath the house, underneath the foundation. And not every house has the same kind of foundation, right? Like some of them, before they poured cement, they had dirt floors. So depending upon how old your house is and how your cement on the floor of your, we've all, maybe not we all, but I have definitely been into some houses where there is a dirt floor still. I have been into some where clearly the cement was poured a long time ago and it's cracked and in terrible disrepair, bubbled in some places, and you step on it and you hear it's hollow sounding. And then, and then there's some that have like poured foundations and cinder blocks, and some are limestone, and they all limestone doesn't fit together naturally. So because it's not like a perfect square rectangle. So there's always going to be more seepage from the ground in those kind of homes. Not only is there going to be moisture present, but there's radon can get in a lot easier as well. So your levels, if you have a high concentration of radon underneath them, could be higher in a limestone foundation. That was a lot.
That was a lot, but very good job.
Thank you.
Very good job. So regarding levels of radon, so when you get a test, you can do home tests. You can go to Home Depot or wherever and buy yourself a home testing kit, or you can have a company come out and test it for you. When we do inspections on homes, the additional charge for a radon test is about $150. And it's pretty important. You know, I've never had a seller have a high radon. I'm sorry, I've never had a buyer have a high radon test, but I have had sellers. And in fact, so you want to be under, what is it,
4 picocuries per liter, and that is a unique unit just to radon.
Okay, so it needs to be under the number 4. Well, one of my last sellers came back at 18, and they had lived there for like 30 some years. And you know, you kind of think about that and go, they're like, we've been breathing this all this time, you know, which isn't good. So obviously they paid for a radon mitigation system to go in.
And it's not like we've known about this forever. This is, I feel like it started to be a big deal after 2010. We started seeing it in real estate more in like 2011, 2012. And then we started getting amendments for it. And so I'll show you I'm going to share my screen. One of the things when we sell a house is we have to have a radon disclosure describing what radon is, because there's still people that don't believe in radon. They think it's hokey science, right? So here is radon in real estate transactions. This is a 2-page form that is required by the state of Minnesota to be attached to every single real estate transaction. Okay, so here we go. And I have had several homes that have had more than 4.1 picocuries per liter. And even neighbors. So I've sold a couple of houses next door to one another, and one was 9.8 and the other one was 3.2.
Yeah,
right?
so
How do you know? But you just deal with it. And okay, so I will attach this in it below. And now it's recommended. So it's not even required to, I'm trying to flip back to you guys. It's not required to mitigate it. Now, it is highly recommended. The laws are, once again, one of those things that are behind the science and technology. You know, law moves a lot slower than science sometimes in technology. So there is no law requiring it. It is recommended, and you do have to disclose it once it's been done.
Right. I believe that the law is going to be changed. That I don't know if it's statewide or if it's just the city of Minneapolis, but they're going to, I think next year sometime, there's going to be a law that radon tests are required with real estate transactions.
I love that. It should be. Hello. I mean, it's radioactive gas. Well, the more we know, right? The more we know. It's one of those expenses though, too, that when you're selling or when you're buying a house, and it all adds up, and it can be very costly. I definitely recommend it I almost insist with my buyers that are buying a home with sleeping rooms in the basement to get it done. Because so it's a gas, it comes in from the soil. So the most concentration, typically they'll test it in the basement, and they'll want to do it with all the windows and stuff closed. It's hard in the summer if there's no air conditioner or a window air conditioner and things like that in the house. They want ideally the house to be sealed up, and they test it like on the hour, every hour for 48 hours. And then they average that. And then that's your score. In the wintertime, it's easier. I also want to talk about the hidden benefit of a radon mitigation system.
Well, I'm glad you said radon mitigation system, because that's what you install to eliminate this high level of gas.
Okay, I'm going to share a screen. Once upon a time, I used to make videos on Facebook, and here is me, ta-da, with shorter hair. Yes, that's natural curl. It's lovely. And
Lovely.
this tall, handsome guy is Dan Sealand with Strickland Home Inspections. And we're actually outside a home talking about a radon mitigation system. So here it is. This big white PVC pipe is what it is. And then it goes, what it is it's coming out of the house, typically coming out through the ceiling inside of the house of the basement of the home. And then it goes through what you typically see is if somebody has a I keep switching to the wrong page. When somebody has a sump pump, yeah, they typically use that spot since it's already dug below the foundation, and they'll just use that area. But if no sump pump is there, they do have to make a spot in the foundation, and they dig it out and they put a tube into the dirt. And essentially, what you can't see on air here is right below his hand on his hip is a fan, and it's a fan that's constantly running. And the rule is that it has to go up above the roof line of the house, so that way if you have your windows open, it doesn't just come back in.
Right. Sure.
Cost about $1,500 typically to install something like this. And it varies depending upon your home and the complicated way to get it done. Sometimes it's just not easy with how old the house is. And it could be a lot more complicated. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh,
do you use specific companies for this? I'm not, so I'm not recommending any one company.
I've used Minneapolis Radon Mitigation System Solutions before. They're popping up all over. As you saw, it's not a very complicated device. It has, like a little, it looks like, I wish I have a picture of it, but I don't. On the inside, you know what a level looks like? Like how it's got like water with a little bubble. The radon mitigation system has something like that on it, so that way you can see the levels of it. And then on the outside, and there's the PVC pipe with the fan, and then the whole dug. So it's not an extremely complicated system. I mean, it would be the finesse in which it's put in, I think, and the care around it and the timeliness that and the aesthetics of it, where they place it, where it would be the most advantageous of companies. Radon testing is much more common. Radon testing machines are pretty inexpensive. Oh, geez, I picked the wrong page. I accidentally went to the world. Coming back to you. The world of radon, and it was literally the earth. But the tests, they look like a radio essentially in the basement. Yeah. It's got like little dials on it, and you turn it on. It's on a tripod, and they're pretty inexpensive. You plug it in, you turn it on, you make sure all the windows and doors are shut. They hang a little sign on the door that says there's radon testing in this home. Please try to limit access to it. Don't open any windows, things like that. Don't leave the door open. So, but there's a lot more companies that are doing that because those machines are pretty inexpensive. The software for them comes with them, and it would be a really easy third-party company to have. Popularity, it's coming up. Most people do home inspections. The home inspection company, like I like to use Heartland Inspections. They have the tests already, so they'll do it all encompassing as part of the inspection.
And it is typically extra. What was that?
It is extra. It's always an extra cost on top of a typical home inspection.
Right. And when a test comes back high, over 4, we ask the sellers. We always ask the sellers to pay for that. We don't, because it's already existing. So and typically they always will.
typically, I mean, let's just not say what we do, because sometimes things are more complicated. That would be like the simplest thing to do, right? Is ask the seller to pay for it. But nothing about real estate is that simple. So it's a case by case, depending upon the price of the home, condition of the home, other things in the inspection, of course. But ideally, it would be nice if they would pay for that. It's also really nice if the seller could do it ahead of time. I mean, doubly so if you're concerned about your own health and you think that this isn't something that you want to happen, or like selling your home anytime soon, but in the near future. I do believe, how long does this test good for? I mean, I guess breaking down of elements takes a while. So I don't know how long it
You
would
mean
vary.
how often should you test? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
or how long is the test good for?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I feel like that's a science question, depending upon what the first results have, what time of year you have it on. I don't know. Weather has a lot to do with it, because if it's, raining, the soil's damp, how does that affect it? I mean, oh boy, there's some questions out there, isn't there? But I guess you can always dig more into it, and we're here to ask questions and give answers and just open that door for you to explore. So,
Yes.
tomorrow is Friday. Is it Friday already? No.
It's pretty Friday. And Christmas Eve is next Thursday, 7 days away.
Shut up.
No, I haven't
Tomorrow
checked yet.
tomorrow is Finance Friday. And what's the topic for tomorrow? Where can my down payment come
Oh,
from?
that'll be good. Yeah.
That's a great one. I've got a surprise for that topic.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so comment below. Bing. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Morning Muffin Show. We're really not that popular on YouTube. Most people watch us here, but
Yeah.
every little bit helps. And then if you guys ever have a topic that you want to hear us talk about, please mention it below. Nothing is off topic or anything like that. So we will definitely
We'll talk
consider
about
it.
anything.
And yeah, tomorrow also we want to remind everybody that next week is a short week. We are going to observe Christmas and Christmas Eve. I kind of, though, I'm not gonna lie, Lisa. I
What?
kind of want to have like a Christmas, like at the Wickman Codis house, like little fun, like maybe we'll just share like a video of it. Or
Okay.
maybe we'll call each other and say Happy Christmas and just share it with everyone.
Okay. We can do that
I
too.
don't know. What do you
But
think? In our PJs, drinking coffee with no makeup on?
oh, sure, I'd
Anyway,
love that idea.
okay, anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon, okay?
Have a
Have a
great day,
lovely
everyone.
bye.